South Florida, a hub of innovation, passion, and sheer grit. Here, an exclusive league of women is reshaping the business landscape. Fast-paced shots of diverse women working, leading meetings, and succeeding. You've seen their success. Now hear their stories. Close-up inspiring shots of the featured entrepreneurs. Join host Doris WithaD as she dives deep to uncover what drives them, what inspires their ambition, and what truly makes these forces of nature the unstoppable women entrepreneurs of South Florida. This week's unstoppable woman is Joisse Cordeiro, the founder and CEO of Advanced AC in Fort Lauderdale.
So that was that was also part of the process. Everything is a process, especially within this industry. So I thought to myself, I started, researching, how can I grow this business? Mm-hmm. So I've learned that if I'm a small business certified, I have other doors that I can walk into. So I start putting my energy into become a small business certified with Broward County and the Palm Beach County and the school district and all that, right? Okay. So, but the funny thing is that I didn't know anybody. I didn't even know how to start the process. Mm-hmm. And I got invited to this networking event. And then this person, I met someone that's what, she does that for a living. She helps small businesses grow in that area.
Look at that.
So she gave me all the hints and all the, how to do things. And I just think like I was saying, like when you decide to do things, God will put the right people in your path and he will give you the directions and things will just happen naturally. Mm-hmm. So she helped us and we got the certification. And just that alone, you don't even have to look for the jobs anymore because they come to you. The opportunities when you get those certifications, the opportunity comes to you. But now it's another process of like being ready, to fulfill those shoes and to execute those jobs and to deliver those projects. So it's a lot of responsibility, and obviously you want to protect your company name and your reputation, the reputation that you're building.
Yeah, the quality has to be there.
Yeah, and not only for your company, for the people within that works with you. Everything is just one. It's a unity of things that creates, the entire business. Mm-hmm. Because it's not just me. Like I can never run a business by myself and grow by myself. I am nothing without the people that works with me.
Beautiful.
I'm truly, I mean that, like nothing.
No, I know you mean
I
that.
couldn't even be sitting in the chair, having this conversation with you if I don't have the back people, like the backbone that I have now. Yeah. Doing all the things that they're doing right now to get the business.
Solid foundation. I talk about that all the time. Yeah. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Take your time, do it right.
Yes.
Give it your love, nurture it.
Yes.
Continue. Do not allow it to just hang out by itself. Give it the love that it needs and just watch it flourish.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that you know the process. I love that you're not afraid to talk about it. I love that your love of God and the way that your entrepreneurial whole thing works with God in creation. I love that. I mean,
absolutely.
I cannot say it enough.
Yeah.
And I'm not, like a Bible thumper or anything like that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying there's laws of nature. And when you work with the laws of nature, you cannot do anything but absolutely succeed.
Absolutely.
Beyond your wildest dreams.
Yes.
And that's the way it is. And I know you love that.
I do, because I've been through so much, having no money and having to pay rent, with 2 kids. That was terrifying. But I'll tell you what, I never felt afraid. Never.
Don't have time for that.
Exactly. I never had time to feel, afraid or I always had to be like looking forward, like, okay, this situation it is what it is, but what's over there? Like what's waiting for me on the other side if I keep pushing and if I keep going? And I don't have another option. I don't have an option. You know?
But you have another breath. You take another deep
Exactly,
breath,
yes.
which is the gift from God.
Yes.
You know, you take another deep breath, you hold, and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
people come to you.
Yes.
People call you.
Yes.
All of a sudden, everything is starting to fall into place.
And that is exactly how it happens, because we don't have to worry about the outcome. We have to worry about our action, because the outcome, how is it going to happen? It's up to him. And if we don't believe that, we're gonna go crazy. You just go crazy because you don't control that, you know?
You can't control anything.
You don't control
All you
that.
can control is you take the breath
And
in,
your own
you hold it,
emotions.
and you let it out.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all about your emotions.
Yes.
It's all about how you feel.
And let me tell you, when you grow, it doesn't get easier.
No.
When you're growing and things are happening and you have the income, you have the more money coming in, you have more customers coming in, because everybody wants that, right? Whatever business you own, you want the customer, you want the money.
Absolutely.
You know, that's what we work for. Absolutely.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it gets harder, you know, the problems get bigger.
And the responsibilities get bigger.
Exactly.
And the
So-
people, there's more people to take care of.
Exactly.
It just keeps growing and growing and growing.
So if we think about, oh, I want to have a business because I just want to sit on the beach and sip margaritas all day.
Good luck with that.
You can do that, but I don't believe in that kind of ownership in business. I don't believe it. I think my heart is that I want to work until I die.
Discover what thousands up and down the eastern seaboard rave about. SoFloDining, your free key to conch fritters down in the Keys. Fort Lauderdale waterfront gems. Vegan homeboys monthly picks. Rick Tobin's words of wisdom. Doris WithaD's on South Florida events. Who's at the chef's table with Chef Dan. Unstoppable women entrepreneurs. That WTF Snowbird series. Plus recipes from Key West Spice. Inbox drop 7 days early at SoFloDining.com. Taste what SoFlo has to offer.
I want to die sitting on my chair working. I just love working. You know
you're eternal, right?
Yeah.
You're not dying.
Right.
Hello? That's off the table.
I just love, and I feel like a lot of people, the big mistakes that they lose that touch, you know. Maybe one day my business will have 500 employees. I want to go back to that one employee that, you know, answers the phone, and I want to have lunch with that person. I do. Like, that's my heart, you know, and I think I don't want to ever lose touch of that, because I think that's what makes the difference.
You can't lose that. That's who you are.
Right.
That's your essence.
Yes. And I want to go to the people, the guys on the field, and, you know, and see with them and say, how you guys doing? What can we better for you?
What do you need?
You know, not have my project manager doing that for me. I want to be the one doing that. They can do that as well, but I want to take my time in my moment to do that and to have that touch, personal touch, you know, with everybody that works in the company. And I think that's my purpose. Because I think when you have a position that, some sort of power position, you can do things for people. And you can help people in a certain way, not only with money, but maybe with words. You know, maybe all they need is an encouragement to, you know, to keep going.
They need to know that they're valued.
Yes.
And you know how to do that because you do value them.
Yes.
And then you go through all the trouble of saying, hey, look, you
Yes.
did this, you did
Yes.
that, you did the other thing. And all those things helped us to get to the prosperity that
Yeah.
we're at right now.
Yeah.
And when you tell them that and you realize, and you tell them how much you appreciate them, let me tell you something. There is no better feeling on the planet than to have that person appreciate you back.
Yeah.
Because that's what makes you grow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
you've got that.
It's a partnership, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that goes for any business owner. Like, if you own a restaurant, like, you cannot be washing the dishes or, you know, serving the people or like hosting the people at the same time. So we, business owners, we need to be more appreciative of the people that work with us, because without them, we are absolutely nothing. We need them more than they need us, because they can go and find another job, at another AC company.
Sure.
But then I have to bring another people and train that person, another person and train that person. It's a lot more work for me than just to appreciate them and make sure that we appreciate you and we see you. And like, I could never do this without you.
I know turnover is the worst.
Yeah.
It really is. And the thing is that everybody suffers from the turnover.
Yeah.
And everything slows down
Yeah, absolutely.
because of that. You
Yeah.
know, because that one cog was very vital.
Yeah.
It all moves.
Yes.
Because we're all in our places together doing that little bit that we each need to do
Exactly.
in the moment.
Exactly.
And when you don't have that, you don't have that cohesiveness.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
So that's a core value for me in with Advanced AC. And I think that's one of the most important ones that we carry, to value people and to make sure that they are, seen. And sometimes we cannot appreciate them as, in some ways, but we can do in other ways. But there's always a way to make sure of that. So I think that's the purpose, that why I also love to do what I do, because I get to be that person. I got to do that.
Oh,
Which,
yeah. Yeah, and you're
love.
writing it all by yourself.
Yeah.
From get-go. It's like you're just creating it. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah.
What would you tell young girls nowadays? I'm talking like a 12 or 14-year-old girl nowadays.
Well, 12 and 14-year girls nowadays, they are very smart.
They know
And
a lot more than we
They are way
did.
ahead of us than when we were 12 and 14. And I will say that the most important thing, they have to think about themselves first, not in a selfish way, but in a growth way. Like, what do I want to do? Who do I want to be? They need to figure it out, and until they do, and it takes a little bit of time to be and to choose the people that they hang out with, choose your friends, because when you're 12 and you're 14, everything is cool, right? And you're trying to fit in, and sometimes you see a group of people that or a girl that dresses a certain way, or they act a certain way and they have the attention, but you don't want the attention. The attention is not what you want. You want what they carry, which is inside, the value that how they see themselves. That's why they have the attention.
Right.
So I think that's the work they need to do within, find, know who they are and what they want, because with that, they're going to create strong roots to move forward in life and to be able to face the challenges and to say no to the things that it's not in alignment to where they want to get in life and where they want to be, And I wish I had someone, telling me those things when I was 12 or 14, because I'm pretty sure I would have gotten pregnant at 16. But I had nobody, guiding me and saying, Joisse, just what do you want to do? You want a family, what do you choose the right person, wait for the things, for the right moment, because timing is everything.
Oh, it is. Yes.
So those girls, they constantly try to rush process in their lives and do things that they should not be doing at 12 or 14, because they have time. They can wait.
Yeah.
There are other things, like prioritize your education. Learn, just go after knowledge and wisdom, because nobody can take those things away from you.
That's what my mom used to say.
Nobody can take those things away. Don't worry about boys when you're 12 or 14, because you have time. Yeah. And guess what? If you don't have the wisdom and the knowledge, you're going to end up choosing, not so great partners.
Right.
And, the consequences of that. So my advice is wait. There's the right time for everything in your life, especially when you're that young.
Yeah.
And you have so much within, and you're so smart at that age. Just go and learn, focus on your education, your knowledge, and your own self. Take care of your health, your body, and just focus on yourself. Because when you're like older, that young 12, 14, she's going to be shaped into something so beautiful and so wise that if you don't take the time right now, it's not going to happen. You know, later it's going to be harder for you.
Yeah, no rush. Don't rush.
Don't rush.
That's important.
Don't rush.
You know?
And just focus on, you know, being wise and learning in your education and like just knowledge, just a lot of knowledge.
Yeah. And a lot of it comes from just self-knowledge, like your body. Know your body.
Yes.
Know what you need.
Yes.
Learn how to feed
Yes.
yourself. Not just feed the brain.
Right.
Feed the body. Make it all be copacetic, so to
Yeah.
speak. That kind of thing. I never learned that when I was young.
And be able to, you know, be your own self, because I think nowadays is even more challenge because of all the social media, the TikTok. They are so influenced like by changing their minds into so many, you know, ideas. And I think we have to value what we have. I grew up in a Christian home. Some girls don't. So, but I think, you know, there's a lot of information for the bad, but as equally for the good as well.
Stop letting untrained so-called critics define your cuisine. People with no culinary background are making sweeping judgments about your food. Here's the truth. Influencers are there for likes and followers, not for you. Likes and shares do not put dollars in your register. Your story deserves professional integrity. We invite you to sit with Chef Dan and Doris WithaD at the chef's table. Tell your story and represent your restaurant with the authority it deserves. Reach out today and take control of your narrative. As always, enjoy, and we'll see you there.
Be intentional in seeking what's gonna build you, and it's what's gonna help you grow as a person, as a woman, as a wise woman. Just don't go with the flow, you know. Don't just follow ideas, you know. Just research. If they hear something, you know, what are the other, you know, what's the opposite of that, and then just you know, research that, and then, you know, create your own idea and your own opinions of things.
Right.
Because I think that's really important.
Yeah.
Not just to go with the flow. And I think that happens a lot, you know.
Yeah, well, we don't look at the negative and the positive.
Right.
We sometimes just look at the negative and we go, oh,
Yeah, don't hear just one side of, you know, that opinion. Like, just try to, like, you know,
Go 360, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think if you do that when you're that young.
What an advantage, especially nowadays. You can look anything up.
Exactly.
You can ask Grok. You can ask
Information
Gemini.
yes.
You can ask. It's all there. All that information is compiled for you already.
Yes.
All you have to do is access it.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You
Just
know?
don't sell yourself so easily, in your mind so easily, you know, to whatever it's out there. I think that's what I would, if my daughter was 12, 14 now, that's what I would tell her. For sure. Like, don't follow ideas, you know, research, read, you know, for your own, and just build yourself up for you to be that person that's going to be able to speak up your thoughts, and maybe against something that is not even true, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And don't quit on what you want to be and what you want to do. And if life takes you a different direction, just be open to that as well.
Yes, let's talk about the pivot.
Yeah.
There's nothing like the pivot.
The pivot, yeah.
Yes. I didn't discover the pivot until later on. All this time I thought it was just called bumping up against the wall, you know. But yeah, it's a beautiful
Exactly.
thing if they could learn to pivot.
Because, and I think that's the secret. I think it's being open and being aware of, like, where life's trying to take you. Because sometimes, like myself, I wanted to be a doctor. And when I saw that dream not being possible for me anymore, and my life changed so drastically, because I was living in one country, and then next day I was in another. I didn't speak the language, and I was cleaning houses, something that I would never thought. Not that it's less, but, you know, it's now how
not
I
what
grew
you
up.
envisioned.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the pivot for me was literally just, you know, a learning curve, but it was the best one. And I think the way you take life challenges also speaks a lot about who you are. Oh, yeah. Because you have to see as a positive thing, you know, and I think that's the difference. I've always looked at things as a positive thing. It might be it might be hard, but I don't see it as a negative. I see it as a positive. Like, what can I learn from this, and where can this take me? So I think the pivot for me was learning that and seeing the opportunity. Sometimes, a lot of the times, not even knowing it. But because I was open, my spirit was always open to those changes and to whatever comes, and
to allowing it to come to you.
Allowing it to come and say, okay, how can I, what do I need to do with this now?
It's almost like becoming a magnet.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And we have to know, it's like being a boat in the middle of the ocean with no directions. You just, sometimes the wind is gonna take you, and you think you're going to the opposite direction, but it's actually taking you to your destiny.
Where you need to go.
Where you need to go. And then after so long, I've learned that pivot in my life just helped me become the woman that I am today, and built, that thick skin for me to be able to take on a business with nothing but my faith and my courage in not having another option. Like, this is what I have to do, And sometimes that survival mode, it's what takes you and what makes you. And it's okay, So I think, when life, changes directions on you, I think it's just how you take it. Because if you sit there and you just cry about it because, oh, I don't have what I want, what I wanted didn't happen the way that I was hoping to happen, that's just gonna create more delays in your life. But if you open to the changes, because life is always changing. Always
Constantly.
changing,
Yeah.
And I even tell my kids, like, if something would have happened to this business, and what's the worst that can happen? When I'm about to take a risk for the business, I think, what's the worst that can happen? I'm gonna go bankrupt. Okay, I'll start another business. I'll do other things. Like, it's horrible, God forbid, but
is it really horrible?
Exactly.
You know what? If it's taking you where you want to go and where you need to be the best you can be,
but I think,
bring it.
But I think when, the universe, when God looks at you, and, he looks at you and he goes like, this human, like, nothing we're gonna throw at her is gonna make her stop. Like, so let's just blast her. It's easier, because she's not gonna stop. Like, she's gonna keep going and going. Even the thought of the worst thing that could ever happen, she's like, all right,
okay,
bring it on. I'll find another way. So I think that's what faith is all about.
I love that.
I think faith is like really having the certainty that nothing can stop you, and even the things that doesn't exist, you're gonna make it happen sometime, some way, because you just, you have that eager that for life. You just like, I'm not gonna stop living because something bad happened. Because there's a pivot, like, it's just, I'm gonna keep going.
I love that. I just love that, and that's a beautiful thing, and that's what makes you unstoppable.
And
Honestly.
It's not La La Land, people might think, oh, she lives in La La Land. I don't. No. I just refuse to, allow the bad things to define me, and to keep me there, and to keep me in a dark place. Nothing will ever, no matter what happened, it will keep me in a dark place, because God had called us to have life in abundance, and that's what I believe in, and that's where I'm rooted.
And you're a positive example of it. You really are. You're showing the world who you are.
Attention Fort Lauderdale metro area business owners. Are you seen? Are you known? Are you in the definitive resource that locals and visitors use daily? You need to be in the Beachside Directory. We're the place consumers go to find the who's who of services, from accounting to wealth managers, air conditioning repair to window treatments. If you offer professional services, personal services, or repair and remodeling, your clients are looking for you here. Don't rely on generic search engines. Beachside Directory offers personalized service and high-visibility advertising tailored to your local audience. We feature your business alongside top dining, shopping, and activities. Do what hundreds have done already. Be seen, be known, be in the Beachside Directory. Learn about personalized service and listing options today. Visit beachside.directory. Beachside Directory. Grow your local footprint.
You're showing your light. And that's what this is about for me. I want women to show their light. I want women to show that we're here to anchor something in. We are a portal.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
bring children into the planet.
Yeah.
You know that things come into places through portals. So hey,
Yeah.
you're
and
a
I
portal,
think,
and you're just working it.
yeah, and I think if you really stop to think like, you know, being a single mom, you know, a teenager single mom, and, you know, losing a marriage and losing businesses and, you know, just going through a lot in the midst of all of that, you know, life, it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy, but we can take it, you know, with a light heart and with the certainty that, and that's what I tell people, like, think about the worst thing that ever happened to you. You're still here sitting and we're still having this conversation. So
Nothing's
I'm
fine.
at a point in my life that I say, not even death like can destroy me. Like, because when you understand what life is all about and everything is seasonal and this is just a moment, this is not even eternal, why are you going to stress about things that you can't control?
It's only now.
Yeah. And then we do what you said when we first started this conversation. You just take a deep breath because
Yeah.
that's all you can do.
That's all you can do.
You know?
Make a commitment. Show you love to
Yes.
live.
And I think that's what I want to
Breathe.
tell people, like women especially, like you're going through a divorce, you're going through a hard time, you don't have the money, you don't have the resources, you know, you are a single mom. I know what that's like. I've been there.
Done that. We
Yes.
got the T-shirt.
And I promise you, you will get better. And there's life on the other side of this. You just have to cross that, you know, that river. You just
Keep
cross
those
it.
eyes
Yes.
open and keep those feet planted forward.
Yeah.
And take those 5-inch heels and walk them
Yeah.
wherever you want to go.
Yes. And I
agree.
promise you, the phone will ring, somebody will call, the email will come through, like something will happen if we keep the, you know, the positive and looking
And the gratitude.
and the gratitude. Yes, absolutely.
It's all about that.
Yeah, because your words have power. You create it or you destroy it with your words. And that's really powerful. Yeah, that is true. So we have to be careful what we say over ourselves, over our own lives.
Yes.
You know, so
We do that
Yeah, a lot, without even
more,
like
more
realizing.
more than we should. Yes.
Yeah, and we
And
have-
anytime you say I am,
Oh,
you
yeah.
are.
You are. And what you bring with that, it's so powerful. Like, and we don't understand because honestly, when I hear stories like that and people that, you know, just were able to build something, like even homeless people that became millionaires, like how did these people do that? There's no magic.
You got to believe.
Exactly. It's just and there is no secret recipe. It's just faith, and you know, and dedication. Not sometimes even to the work that you're doing, but to the purpose, to the why, you know, and to the future that you want to build for yourself and for your family. You know, to that. Just hold on to that. So that's what I believe, Doris. I don't
This is
think.
beautiful. This is so beautiful. This is so much more than I ever expected. Even though I know we had these conversations.
Yes.
And that we're like really on the same track and we're headed towards the same destination. I just want to say thank you for being so strong. Thank you for pushing through. Thank you for showing that that is all you need to do. Because a lot of people don't get it.
Yeah.
But watching you and seeing what you've done and listening to your trials, your tribulations, and how you just smiled right through it, breathed right through it, and walked right through it, that's a beautiful thing.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you for this time. Where do you see yourself going in 5 years?
Oh, I told you, you know, before we started, that my dreams, they are wild, you know. Yes, my dreams are wild. I mean, I see myself as a multi-million-dollar business, you know. I see myself growing so much that I don't even, like, I'll be lost. I'm like, I don't even know what to do. But I just, and like I tell this to everyone, and especially my kids, and it's, at the end of the day, it's not about the money, it's about what's going to be built. and the culture and the people. So I see myself just growing and really taking on that dream of building something that I could never, ever even imagine possible. Not only for me, but for other people.
For all the people who are there
And creating the opportunities. And, I think it's just a special moment for us. And for me, I think that now within this industry, the trades, that it's the plumbing, the HVAC, the electrical, we are having a lot of people getting involved also to be, more intentional with the kids in high schools to tell these kids that like there's other things you can do just instead of going to college if you don't have the money, if you can't do it. So I also see myself being as kind of a mentor for, the younger generation to kind of lead them into maybe their own successful stories, creating their own businesses and like understanding that there's other opportunities for them to explore. So I really want to be involved with that. And I just want to give back to the community also. Like I see myself growing this business and being able to have more free time to give back, to give my time to whoever needs,
Right.
if it's learning how to, start a business or how to network or whatever it is that I know that I can help. That's what I want to do too. So
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the key. I really do. I think that if everybody approaches life that way, things are going to just explode. We're going to grow. We're going to just magnify the beauty
Yes.
of this land,
Yeah.
so to speak. And I think it's a beautiful thing. Thank you.
Thank you. And like that's what you do, right?
Pretty much.
What you're doing right now is just amazing. And I think that's what I'm talking about when I say if you do it and your heart is there, it's at the right place, God will just, he
bless you.
links the pieces together and the people together because we connected and we have the same heart to give. And I truly believe that if you have that heart to give, it will just come, back to you.
Oh yeah, the generosity
It
just comes right
just
back.
does. It's a law of the universe, and nobody can fight that.
Exactly.
And it's not about being a good or a bad person. It's about just doing, what is
Best at the
best.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, you work with what you have when you have it, and if it grows, it's a good thing. If it doesn't grow, you pivot
Yeah.
and you move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
So
beautiful.
thank you. Thank you so much. And thank
God
you for
bless
all
you.
you're doing for all of the business and everyone.
Oh, thank you.
It's just amazing. We
Not
need
as
more
amazing
people like
as you.
you.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
And so I'm going to say goodbye, everybody. Thank you for joining us and listening to our conversation and just being here and loving us. Thank you again. And SoFloDining magazine, you guys are amazing. Thank you. Thank you for being here for us. Thank you for allowing us to reach you on your phone, in your living room, everywhere you go. We're all in this together, so let's have fun. And we'll see you there. Bye.
Thanks for watching this powerful episode featuring unstoppable entrepreneur women of South Florida. It's been a truly insightful time at the leadership table with Doris WithaD. Join us next time. You won't want to miss our next guest story. This show is a proud joint production of SoFloDining and SoFloEMAS. Head over to SoFloDining.com to subscribe for free to our online magazine packed with awesome features, discounts, and South Florida dining tips. SoFloDining is your go-to guide for all things tasty in the Sunshine State. See you soon.